Now, I understand to the viewer at home that there might be a bit of a disconnection. Maybe you feel disjointed with me because I, as a powerful, supreme athlete in the prime of his career, at the top of his game, cannot relate to you at home. But that is where you are wrong. Do you think I do not sweat? Do you think I don't put my pants on the same way you do? I assure you, I cannot walk on water. And I understand that as you look at me, it may be hard to fathom, but I am no god. I am a man who has come into possession with a very, very special piece.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Raw Report. You are back with your pals, Murjani and Cyrus. It's a big weekend, big fight feel. Big weekend. Double or Nothing 2. I guess this is their AEW's WrestleMania, I guess?
Mania or SummerSlam is one of their big shows.
Yeah, because if you think of it, like if you look at the card last year, you had that Battle Royal, which Hangman Page won. You had Chris Jericho beating Kenny Omega. That was to fight Adam Page. Then you had Cody and Dustin. Of course, you know, the blood match, as I would say. And then you had the Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers for the AAA Tag Team titles. You had Britt Baker, Nyla Rose, Kylie Ray, and Awesome Kong. Kylie Ray, she was there, and Awesome Kong. Two of the participants in that match are no longer in AEW. Then you had Hikaru Shida, Riho, and Rio versus Aja Kong, Emi Sakura, and Yuka Sakazaki. So a lot has changed.
The landscape is certainly different, and it's actually not. Most of that is not due to COVID.
Yeah, a lot of moving and shaking, I would say. A lot of roster moves. A lot of people going back. Riho, obviously back in Japan doing more Stardom stuff. Can't get back over here because of the pandemic. People like Awesome Kong, unfortunately, due to injury, can't wrestle anymore. Can't do that. But most of the cards are still the same. Some people are, people are still here. MJF is still in the mix. It's funny because you have Kip Sabian and Sammy Guevara. If you would have watched that match like beforehand, you wouldn't think that Sammy Guevara would be where he is now, but he's one of their top players.
Which is insane. And now they're actually they're really trying to make moves with Kip Sabian now, getting him more involved,
which is cool. Strong Hearts, where even before COVID, where were they? SoCal Uncensored is still here. So the moving pieces are still around for the most part. But before we get into our big predictions for this weekend, we have to get into In the Trenches. Cody had a conference call today about the upcoming Saturday night extravaganza. I'm not sure if there is also a Varus battle. I think that may be next week. I think Jagged Edge and 112 is one, and then there's Beanie Man and Bounty Killer. But that might be Memorial Day weekend, so apologize if I'm doing that. But a couple things he said on the conference call. The Double or Nothing 2 card, 90% of that was set pre-pandemic. And then he credits Tony Khan for all that. The TNT title will not be part of the rankings. It'll be something separate.
Throw the ranking shit in the trash, man. I hate it so much. Just get rid of it, man.
It won't be a part of the rankings. It will kind of be its own thing. So he basically calls the TNT title. He wants it to be different, right? He doesn't want it to be looked at as a mid card belt. That's kind of tough.
But now it does.
That's what we were. Well, that's tough because that's what we were calling for. You know what I mean? For a mid card belt, and because some guys like Darby Allin and even Cody, because if you look at the rankings, Cody is 9-1 right now according to the world champion title. But obviously he can't challenge for it because, he did that match where like if he lost, he could never challenge for it again.
Yeah.
Then you have Lance Archer 5-0, Brodie Lee 5-0, even though Brodie Lee and then have been fighting, lack of a better terms, jobbers to get that 5-0. Then you got Kenny Omega at 4-0, and then you have Darby Allin at holding down the 5 spot at 6-3. So it's just like some BCS rankings where like I don't know if the weight of the wins matter, anything like that.
I think we definitely had that discussion before in 2019, probably like around December, where it's just like we see people getting title shots with like the quality of the win rather than accumulating a lot of wins. I think we had this discussion around Amy Sakura.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, and it still doesn't make sense to this day.
Yeah, I mean, I get the women's rankings because Hikaru Shida, star just rising, 9-1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? She's got to get title right there.
Mm-hmm.
Best friends, presumably they would be next up at 7-3. But then again, right under them, Dark Order, Evil Uno, and Stu Grayson. Where the hell have they been? Like we haven't seen them in a while.
Yeah.
Private Party.
Hey man, they took Evil Uno's and Stu Grayson's thing, and they said, "Man, give me that shit here, Brodie."
Yeah, it's like since Brodie came, Evil Uno and Stu Grayson have been. I don't even know what they've been doing. Like they haven't been doing anything, and I think that he's starting to get cool with Evil Uno.
Mm-hmm. And when we get to the Brodie Lee promo, I'm gonna have a hearty laugh because I think he definitely sent shots their way.
Ah man, he also he listed MJF, Jungle Boy, Sammy Guevara, Hikaru Shida, Darby Allin, and Wardlow as their future breakout main eventers.
It seems so.
They also talked about a lot about COVID testing and the fact that they test off-site, I believe. Before they even get into the building, because like safety is first, and for the foreseeable future, they predict that they are going to be doing their tapings at the same place or live things at the same place at the compound in Florida, and then they'll just kind of wait it out, just like every other like wrestling promotion.
Mm-hmm. No backlash for that though, but if they could keep it going. And keep it going. I do like this new arena compared to wherever they were recording at in Georgia, I believe.
Yeah, I like it too. Like it actually feels like an arena. The Georgia thing felt like some backyard wrestling thing with like some more money behind it.
Yeah, it definitely felt like they was wrestling in a barn, and they just made they painted the inside of the barn all black, and then just said let's rock.
Before we get into our predictions, I'm actually going to throw a couple of scenarios out there because some people have talked to me about them. I don't think this is going to happen. But two possible arrivals, let's just say. Somebody mentioned Drew Gulak to me, and I promptly said to them, no chance in hell. I don't think that he really fits. He would fit here.
Definitely don't.
I don't think that they need to shoehorn another singles competitor like that when they're trying to get over their new ones that they just signed on this pay-per-view. It would just be like debuting somebody just for the sake of debuting somebody. It'd be like WCW 2000 where like one week Bam Bam Bigelow shows up, holy shit, and then like Mike Awesome comes too. It's like, cool, all right, what are you going to do with all these guys?
I don't think Drew Gulak is going over. That's for sure.
Also, the other names that I heard, surprise, surprise, the Revolt, formerly known as the Revival. I think there's a greater chance here for that to happen, even though I don't really
care. I don't care.
I know. I know you.
Yeah. I just think since like the tag team like title picture has been like virtually like non-existent, especially like with Hangman Page being absent for a little bit, so it's just like I'm not really trying to see them just linger around and then do all that other shit.
Plus, they gotta get some people over, man. Private Party
Instead of just again. And, yeah, they were over as shit when they beat the Bucks, and then they didn't even capitalize on that. They brought Santana and Ortiz. That was a really big deal at their first show, and now they're just bodies. SCU, they're virtually nothing now. The best friends, they're around. I think Orange Cassidy is really keeping them afloat. Strong Hearts, not existent. Dark Order, Stu Grayson and Evil Uno, not existent. So it's just like, do I really want the Revival to just be bumbling around and then hear people be like, oh man, they need a title shot? Like, work what you already have, and then build that up instead of just keep getting these ex-WWE dudes.
I think they'll eventually go there. Although, I'm going to throw this at you. I think they should go to NWA. I think them and Rusev should go to NWA. I think that they...
Oh yeah, that was always... That's always should have been that.
They would fit perfect there. It'd be like Jim Cornette.
Been saying that shit forever. Yeah, been saying that shit forever. Like them going to AEW, I think that's if they're gonna pass you, if they're gonna give you the bag, perfect. But I don't think you're gonna get that proper representation that you weren't particularly getting in the E. But it's whatever.
Bro, their second-ranked team in the rankings has not even been on a show, I don't think, in 2 months. Like, it's just like when Brodie Lee showed up, they're like banished. See, they got to figure that out. They got to figure this whole tag team rankings out. I said, and we've said this in previous shows, bring up Private Party, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Kenny and Hangman, if they want to really like put over new talent, start a World Private Party and have them win. They're ready. The fans love them. Like even Jurassic Express, like with Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, they're in the 5 slot.
Yeah. Honestly, this whole I just think like Kenny and Hangman Page getting the tag titles, like I really feel like that was just like to get Hangman Page over, and it worked, and I liked it a lot. But like now it's just like the cracks are showing, especially like with them getting Hangman Page over and then he disappears. And I know that's due to COVID, but like it's still an issue.
It was like Kenny and Friends for a while. Kenny and Matt Hardy, Kenny and Michael Nakazawa.
I would like the the involvement of the Elite to like lessen. But I know due to COVID, they're gonna be around a lot more. Same with the Inner Circle. Like I don't particularly want to see them either, especially since the only people that really get over is Sammy Guevara.
Oh man! All right, man. Let's get to our predictions, man.
Yeah.
Big show feel, I guess. Like you said, like this is their WrestleMania. All right, so we got the buy-in pre-show. Private Party versus Best Friends. Who do you got?
Private Party. I don't like the Best Friends.
I'm gonna go with Private Party too. It just kind of goes off of what we were just saying. It's time to elevate them. Like they were the green, like the young team for so long. You know what I mean, like if you want to like elevate young guys like Darby and Sammy, go with the youth movement.
This is your chance,
and have Private Party win.
Yeah. Definitely.
MJF and Jungle Boy. This was the most random thrown together match.
Real answer? I don't give a shit who wins, but MJF.
Oh man, MJF kind of like feuding with Jurassic
nothing match.
Feuding with Jurassic Express is so random, but I know you gotta have MJF do something. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with MJF as well. Even though I would hate for Jungle Boy to lose, but I
just don't see anything in Jungle Boy's future. Honestly,
really,
I really don't. I don't see him coming. I see him like probably whoever wins the the TNT title, like he probably gets like a championship match just to like fulfill that obligation. Like when he faced off against Chris Jericho, like I don't really see them doing anything Jungle Boy really.
Do you think that he should move on, or they should focus on the tag titles with Luchasaurus?
They definitely should be focusing on the tag titles, but if they wanted to extend this, I do see like MJF and Warlow versus Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. If they wanted to extend that, extend this feud, or like just keep that going. But not man. I really don't see like any like tag team gold in his future or anything like that. I just see like a lot of he's gonna get title match opportunities and try to make him shine, but like he doesn't really come through.
Damn, Jungle Boy stuck in the jungle.
Yeah.
Next match, Dustin Rhodes versus Shawn Spears. I can't even call him 10 guy because now
they got 10.
Because Dark Order has a 10 guy. He's still the 10.
His name is literally I honestly like I don't see what they're gonna do. Like I don't see where this story is heading.
Bro,
like I don't know like what they're doing here.
I'm so confused. I get that. Like I'm like, okay, Shawn Spears is egging on Cody because they have previous history, but he's going after Dustin because of it. Like what? And then like Dustin get beat up by Lance Archer, but like, is he aligning himself with Lance Archer? I don't get what he like. I don't get the play here.
I'm just like, okay, so Dustin wins. What's the plan going forward? I can't visualize that. And then it's just like, okay, what happens with when Shawn Spears wins? Is he going to go after Cody for the TNT title? Because I do see Lance Archer taking it.
We'll get to that.
Early prediction.
Because I have a theory about that. We'll get to that in a second. Britt Baker versus Chris Statlander. Now, this match is going to get altered because, unfortunately, on Dynamite, Britt hurt her leg pretty bad. And the initial reports, she got an MRI. It's suspected that she tore her ACL, which sucks for them. Mm-hmm. It sucks for her because she was doing so well and had so much momentum as a heel. And now, like, a torn ACL. Like, I know Tegan's come back from it. Dakota's come back from it. That's awesome. Like, you know what I mean? Like, with how modern medicine is, it's fine. But, like, that's 8-9 months on the shelf.
Mm-hmm. Taking a lot of the momentum that she had going forward.
Like, who's going to... Okay, so who's going to... I'm thinking about it. Who's going to step up in Britt's place? She's one of their best... She's one of their best heels, man or woman.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to step up?
Like, I say Penelope Ford, but I don't see her taking it, but, like, really living up to that, because I don't think her and Kip Sabian's, like, gimmick or, their forms of getting heat is particularly good or interesting.
Super bad.
Yeah, yawn.
So we're going to scratch that match. I'm assuming Chris Statlander is going to fight somebody else.
Probably Penelope Ford.
Probably Penelope, I think. Stadium Stampede match. The Inner Circle versus the Elite. Now, the Stadium Stampede match is just a wrestling ring on the 50-yard line, and you could pin somebody anywhere, basically. So it's a falls count anywhere on a football field. We basically saw this in smaller form 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and then we saw a little bit of it this week.
Where somebody else got hurt, Matt Jackson gets hurt.
Mm-hmm. I don't care who wins.
You got to pick a winner. You got to pick somebody.
Inner Circle.
I'm going to go with the Elite. The Elite need a big win. I just feel like they feel like losers.
Yeah. The Inner Circle feels like losers. I think after Kenny and Matt Hardy lost the street fight, they certainly look like losers now. But then, like, you have Santana Ortiz, who are losers, and then you have Sammy Guevara, who's also a loser, and then you have Chris Jericho, who is also a loser, and then Jake Hager, who also lost to Moxley, so he's a loser. And it's just like, this is just a battle of a whole bunch of chumps.
Somebody's got to win here. I think if they don't do the whole Hangman thing where he like breaks off from the Elite, not really sure what Matt Hardy's going to do. Apparently, he's not a part of the Elite. He's just kind of de facto
a body. He's a body.
But I'm going to go with the Elite. Reluctantly, I'm going to go with the Elite.
I'm reluctantly going to go with the Inner Circle because honestly, like, flip a coin and see who wins because I don't really see like anything happening in neither of these. Like I can't like think of like what's the next route that they can go with here. So it's just like it's whatever.
Because they're in all groups, so it's just like,
yeah.
All right, so what can Santana and Ortiz do? What can where does Sammy Guevara go after this? What does Chris Jericho do?
Like, do they just keep this thing going? Because we still never got the War Games match.
It's just like, what does Chris Jericho do? Because if he's not going after the main title, then he's
bumbling around.
He's fighting Pineapple Pete and beating up drones. I don't know. Casino ladder match. We got Darby Allin. We got Colt Cabana, Orange Cassidy. Hopefully Rey Fenix. I think at last what I was reading, he's going to be good to go. Scorpio Sky, Kip Sabian, Frankie Kazarian, Luchasaurus, and a mystery guy. Who do you think the mystery guy is going to be?
I'm thinking about who's been released recently from the WWE.
Drake Maverick. No, I'm joking.
Fucking No Way Jose, bro.
Oh my God! If No Way Jose comes down to the ring in a conga line,
I'm with it.
Well, there's our mystery competitor. No way.
No way.
Jose. No way. Jose.
I'm with it, bro. All right, no Way Jose is my shit.
I'm gonna go with friend of the show, deathmatch legend Luther.
Oh, yawn.
I'm gonna go with Luther.
Yeah.
Luther.
But as far go ahead.
If you want to go ladder match, you got to go with the ladder match veteran EC3.
Oh my God.
Now this guy has been in a ladder match. He's been in one.
I forgot he existed. I don't want to think about EC3, bro.
I mean, there's possibilities. You could have maybe Leo Rush, even though I don't think that he even wants to wrestle.
No, he's done wrestling. He's done dancing.
Maybe Mike Mills. Maybe Zack Ryder.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, Zack Ryder seems more possible, but I'm still going No Way Jose. As far as a winner for this match, I'm going to go with Kip Sabian.
I'm going to go with Darby Allin would be the obvious pick. I'm going to go with Orange Cassidy.
I would love to see it, honestly. I really would, but that's not my prediction, though. But I'd love to see it.
All right, we're moving to our big three. Cody versus Lance Archer for the TNT Championship. Remember, this is going to be presented by none other than Mike Tyson.
And Mike Tyson is going to be ringside. Maybe. And then if Lance Archer gets the opportunity to get his hands on Mike Tyson, he will.
I don't know if Lance Archer has watched his recent videos, but I don't think he really wants those problems.
I don't like this episode. This episode of Dynamite, they're like saying like whoever wins this TNT Championship can have a match against Mike Tyson, and that's very weird.
There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of weird stuff on this Dynamite that we'll get into that they're building to matches that can't possibly happen.
So I'm gonna go with Lance Archer. I don't give a shit about Cody.
Okay. If Cody loses yet another big time match, is he's just gonna be like a loser that can't find a way to? He's gonna be. He's gonna like
people always say that Triple H should have really put a lot of people over, and now Cody is in that Triple H position. He's going to put a fuck ton of dudes over, and that's nice and all. But stop putting yourself in these situations and just let them rock.
All right, so why didn't my question that why didn't you do that to Darby then? You beat Darby twice.
Yeah, right. Brought out that golden shovel for Darby Allin multiple times. For Shawn Spears too. So I don't know, man.
I'm gonna go with Cody, man, because I just can't see him passing up an opportunity to be the first TNT championship. He did that with the AEW championship. I don't see it here, even though because I don't think Brodie. We'll get to Brodie Lee in a second. I don't think that he wins. You gotta have one of your big attractions win. You can't have them both lose. Then why the hell did you bring them over for? So, I'm going to reluctantly choose Cody, but I see your point picking Lance Archer. I see it. I see the vision.
I don't, where does Lance Archer go if he loses? To the main title? That don't make no damn sense.
Yeah, him and Moxley, because, if he's going to beat Brodie Lee, then where the hell does Brodie Lee go?
Yeah. So, it's just what happens here?
There's a lot of question marks with these two matches. I don't... let's just get to the other match before we get to the women's match. Jon Moxley versus Brodie Lee.
I want Brodie Lee because there is a lot of upside to the Dark Order having the main title.
I am also going to agree with you there, and I want Brodie Lee to win also because... if Moxley beats Brodie Lee, then where does the Dark Order go from there?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Especially if Stu Grayson and Eva Luna aren't there to capture the tag titles.
Yeah, you might as well put them on a missing bulletin board thing and try to find where they are. But I don't you can have Brodie Lee win and then have Jon Moxley chase. He's their number one babyface.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Him winning kind of got the point across. I don't know if AEW is really going to go for this whole long title reigns, but if you're getting a guy like Brodie Lee, you sign him and try to make him a big deal, and have both him. And
this is your chance.
Yeah, him and Lance Archer lose the same night. It's spooky for their heels. Now all the baby faces win. What the hell?
Mm-hmm. And then also. You think Arn Anderson's promo where he talks about Cody being a leader, so he has to win. That can also apply to Brodie Lee. He needs this win for his disciples to be oh yeah, you the shit. You really are that guy, So it's just I really feel like he needs to win.
He loses to Moxley, they're going to be who the hell, really? You just lost.
Yeah. You lose faith when you lose.
I'm going to also go with Brodie Lee. Last match, Nyla Rose versus Hikaru Shida for the AEW Women's Championship.
This is hard because I do like Nyla Rose a lot.
I'm going to go with Nyla Rose. You can't... Unfortunately, I love Hikaru Shida. She's.
I just don't see it.
I just don't see her. I just don't see. If you want to build Nyla Rose to be a monster, you know what I mean, and her to be kind of do roughshod over the women's division, I don't see her losing yet. I just don't see it.
Yeah,
I can't do that.
If I want one person to have a long title reign, I definitely want it to be Nyla Rose.
We are going awfully heel heavy.
I mean,
but you know what? They put themselves in this position.
Yeah, especially with the divisions being very spread very thin, And it's just okay, so Hikaru Shida wins, and then you get the biggest heel is now out for 6 to 9 months. I think Britt Baker is a way bigger heel than or much more popular than Nyla Rose is.
Yes.
But then you lose your biggest heel, you lost your biggest heel. And then you lost, Nyla Rose's loss, and now she has to rack up wins again. You're not going to have Statlander fight for it. Penelope Ford still has to, get rack up some wins and stuff like that. So I just really see Nyla Rose taking it, and then Hikaru Shida and Chris Statlander could just really keep like going and building momentum, especially since they've been on the shows a lot more now. So they might as well just keep it rocking.
Yeah. Oh man, this is gonna be an interesting Double or Nothing too, because are you gonna uplift your acquisitions, or are you just gonna lose them and then just have your heel guys in shambles? Let's see how they do booking wise. Let's see how they do.
Yeah. It's weird. I won't blame them for it, but it is weird. Really picking winners and going very heel heavy. But I just think there's more upside to having people chase. I guess I don't know. That's probably a real old school mentality, but I do see a lot of people getting more involved with the chase rather than like having a heel bother somebody week to week and then eventually getting the match.
Yeah, and I mean. Double or Nothing too. Obviously, we're going to talk about it next week. Saturday night. I mean, I guess, people are sitting at home. If you're social distancing, get back and watch it. Let's talk a little bit about AEW Dynamite and what you were alluding to with that Jake the Snake and Arn Anderson promo. Going back to what I was saying, some of the show was building up to stuff that is never going to happen. So it was building up to Arn Anderson. I felt in this promo, they were building Arn Anderson versus Jake the Snake Roberts. And I'm like, this would be great in the 90s.
Yeah, and then they're like, they keep mentioning that Mike Tyson's going to be there, and then it feels like whoever wins the TNT title is eventually going to have a match against Mike Tyson as well. So it's just like, what's going on here? Like, a lot of the messages were like, I don't know, like, they kept talking about themselves, and it's just like, you guys aren't active competitors,
Yeah, like, Arn Anderson doing a spine buster on Jake the Snake Roberts is going to be...
Like, why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? Like, you're not an active competitor. Just stop saying that.
Saying that Jake the Snake is doing DDP yoga because he wants him to be limber. Jake the Snake...
Are you getting limber for a match? Like, what's going on?
Jake the Snake making passes at Brandon again. You know what I mean? I mean, there was good stuff here, with Jake, you said, like, Cody having to win this so he could be a leader because, he's not Dusty's son. He's not Dustin's brother. He needs to stand on his own, too, which is cool. But like I said, like, I'm like, all right, like, are we getting Jake versus Arn? Like, is this happening?
Yeah, that was like the weird parts of the promo, and then like I thought they kind of like strayed away from it for a bit, and then they have like a face off between them in very like WWE contract signing fashion. So it's just like, what are you guys doing?
Very weird to have a go home show with the two main competitors not there,
and
like people are,
and then having these two old guys talk for them and make it seem like they're gonna fight in their place.
Phoenix and Orange Cassidy. Phoenix getting on the top. Nobody catching him. What the fuck?
He does a dive, does a spin all the way, and then just like lands on like his fucking shoulder blades. And nobody caught him. And then Orange Cassidy does a dive and gets way more air than him, and then successfully does it.
Orange Cassidy looked like Michael Jordan on that.
Yeah, man. Phoenix looked like a fool when he did that shit.
This was an episode.
The match was good until Kip Sabian came out.
Yeah, this was a weird episode because I called it the body bag episode because it seemed like a lot of people got hurt. Yet Britt get hurt, unfortunately. Phoenix was hurt. Like, you could tell he was hurt. And then allegedly, like, when the pull apart at the end of the episode, when Matt Jackson did the dive at the end, he got hurt. He hurt his ribs. So it's like, Jesus, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is kind of like the practice run in like football, and you just have all these injuries before going into the big game. Yeah.
Smart.
I know they had to go hard, but like, I'm like, yo, like, dial it down a little bit.
Yeah, just an unfortunate circumstance, really. Like, mad people getting hurt before the show, especially when Orange Cassidy and Phoenix were really getting, they were getting a lot of good reactions for their match. Well, like on Twitter, like it's not like there is a crowd out there for some reason. But yeah, it sucks that like they had a really good match and then it like literally ended with Phoenix getting hurt in the end.
Let's talk about that Brodie Lee promo. How'd you feel?
Bodied it. Loved it. That was a really, really good promo. I liked it a lot. And, hey, man, if you keep cutting promos like that, then what the fuck I need Jon Moxley for, man? Jon Moxley can't cut – like, his promos has been, very improvised, very, just coming out, like, top of the dome. But I really like the, like, I think Brodie Lee is really capturing this evil leader kind of character, and he was spitting that shit on that promo.
I liked Moxley's second promo that he cut. The one that he cut in the back. The first one after the match,
not so great.
I mean, not that great, but like, yeah, the other one was good. Like, I think I agree with you that this is Brodie Lee's best promo. I'm like, okay, this is what he can do. The other stuff that he had, like, it was just like
the vignettes are just like, oh, whatever. But like here, he was in his bag.
Yeah, now I feel like, okay, this guy can win. Feel bad for 10 though. My man, posture, he was getting on him.
He's a no face guy anyway. He'd be straight.
My man said,
he ain't got the plot armor.
My man said, take a knee. No, take a knee.
Take a relay like a real one, bro. Why you leaning for?
So, let's just get right to it. How'd you feel about our friend Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara? Why? Okay, that was a long pause.
I just don't think that it shouldn't be between them. It should really be more Sammy Guevara and Kenny Omega. Like, have that match again. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it was great, so just do it again.
Do you feel that? Okay, so
I just don't.
Let me frame this question different. Do you feel that Matt Hardy is shoehorned into this?
Yes, absolutely. 1,000%.
Does it feel like Matt Hardy is forced?
Yes.
Okay.
What else is on this survey?
Going against these guys, do you feel that Matt Hardy clearly has lost a step?
Oh, Ben lost a step. I really think like him being put alongside the Elite, I feel like that's instantly like putting him, like shoehorning him, or like really like forcing him upon us. And that's even like before AEW. I always felt like that was the case for Bullet Club as well. Anybody that joins Bullet Club, instantly all in your face. You see that like with AJ Styles. Not that it was a bad thing, but you see that with AJ Styles. You see it with Kenta. You saw it with Adam Cole.
Cody.
You saw it with Hangman Page. Cody. For that like 2 weeks when he was like wrestling's favorite child, and then Marty Scurll, so like once you're like associated with the Elite or like Bullet Club, you're like really in it. And I feel like if Matt Hardy, Matt Hardy's a legend. He doesn't really need to fall on these kids to like really get over, or still be super popular. But like here he is.
My thing with Matt Hardy is I think they put him in this match to cover what he can't do in ring. Because you see, like, he's not himself. He can't be himself. Look at all the stuff that he's done to his body. So, like, them doing, like, this Stadium Stampede match, you're going to be focusing more on the Young Bucks. You're going to be focusing more on Hangman Page and Kenny Omega, which is good because, like, it covers up what Matt can't do in the ring. Like, you saw that with him working against somebody against Sammy Guevara. Sammy had to wrestle at Matt's pace. And that's not good for him. That's why this go home match was okay, but it wasn't great. You know what I mean? Like, and I guess it kind of goes into the whole broken Matt thing. But my line of thinking is, okay, when they're done with this whole feud, where the hell does Matt Hardy go? Does he feud with like the?
And this is the exact same thing that happened in the WWE. They did the broken Matt thing. They did the Ultimate Deletion with Bray Wyatt, and then I think they kind of like they extended the lifespan a little bit by letting him and doing the Deleter of Worlds thing, but like then that's it. That is really as far as they could have taken it.
But that's the thing. Like, what do you do? Like, what do you like?
You just get
supernatural. Not everybody can like goof around like Jericho with the drone thing. Like, does he feud with Jericho after that? Like, why?
Yeah, I think according to AEW verse, no, we haven't. So I think we're gonna see we're gonna see the singles match between him and Jericho, and then I think once that happens, then we should really be having the conversation of where the hell he goes then.
I think that's going to be the question of this whole pay-per-view. Where the hell did most of these guys and ladies go after this? Mm-hmm. They are going to really have to do some work to set up some storylines because it feels like a lot of like I had this problem with NXT before, but now even more so in AEW, a lot of guys are floating. They have to make some crucial decisions to keep momentum going. Because you can't just sign a bunch of guys and then presumably kind of get more guys and then just have them kind of like going around in circles and just being guys. Especially now that you're introducing another title, can't have that. Now that you are back to doing live shows and you can kind of fly some more people out, now you got to get back in your bag. Like,
and me and Justin talked about it a little bit where people have intersecting storylines. Like everybody has beef with somebody. Like there's like it's like kind of like a web of like, friendships and feuds that go on. But like still like the fact that you have that and we're still wondering where the hell are these people are going to go next. I think that's still an issue.
Yeah, it was like Britt had a little bit thing with Brandy, then she's kind of going after the title,
and now she's done.
So now that connecting thread is done. So now what does Brandy do? Fight Jake the Snake Roberts?
Now what does Chris Statlander do?
Chris Statlander, like we said, we're probably gonna have to fight the face of Penelope Ford because I don't know if you have another heel ready.
But then what? Like I don't think there's a lot of like thinking ahead going on here.
And I know with the pandemic, though, like they had obviously have to get people there. But like, what are you gonna do? Like,
I'm not like
Swole's not there. Like
you like this pandemic has been going on for a very long time now.
You know who
I definitely think. Oh, go ahead.
You know who they need to reach out to? Deonna Purrazzo.
Yeah. She's in Orlando. I think she could make a quick drive to Jacksonville.
They need to. They need now. This is where like in sports where you have a major injury and you just go pick up a free agent if you can. Mm-hmm. You got to pick up Deonna.
Yeah, and I remember a couple weeks ago they're just like I said that like I don't really see like Deonna Purrazzo really standing out when Britt Baker is such an amazing character. And now that Britt Baker is gone, Deonna Purrazzo could easily pick up her shoes,
Gotta do something.
I'm just wondering where the hell they're gonna go at the end of this pay-per-view, because it's very weird to see.
We're gonna have a lot of answers, and of course we'll be back next week to talk about that. Let's get quickly into NXT. Good. I thought this was a good show. Yeah, I thought there was a solid. I did have some problems with like. I'll just jump into it. Io Shirai, Rhea Ripley, they were getting into their bag, and here comes Charlotte. It's another DQ finish.
Yeah. I guess it's just that they protect the fuck out of Io, and it's just like, if you want to protect these two people this much, like, you guys are wildin'. Somebody, like, one of these two women have to lose. That's just like the end of it. So whatever the fuck happens at in your house, somebody has to take a pinfall, and I do not think it's going to be Charlotte.
I have a feeling it's going to be Io, man. I don't.
Yeah, that's why. That was my first thought when she won the triple threat. I was just like, oh, Rhea is just going to pin Charlotte, and then Charlotte's going to come back and be like, you didn't pin me, bitch, and then, we're going to get that rematch again. So it's just like, now, like, they're protecting Io to this point just to have her lose in another big match,
Yeah,
in a much bigger match.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh man, another DQ finish? Like, guys, we gotta have a definitive winner here. Like, I know, Charlotte. Listen, Charlotte has been on each of the 3 shows. Like, she is everywhere. Okay,
and I don't see Charlotte losing, because when she was on SmackDown holding that belt, it is just like, oh, you lost to an NXT person? What makes you think you can, like, talk shit to Bayley or Sasha or whatever, So it's just like, it's weird.
Yeah, I couldn't really picture Charlotte going back to, like, either Raw or SmackDown with, like, the tail between her legs. Like, oh, I lost the title. And Bayley's like, okay, like, I've been winning.
Now I don't have to be here anymore. Like, it's like, because, like, where do you go with Charlotte after she loses the title now?
So that means either Rhea or Io's taking the pin in your house.
And it sucks that like I immediately thought that it was going to be Io, like, when I was watching the match.
Move one of them up.
Definitely. Get Rhea out of here, man.
But if Io's not going to win the title, move her. You need somebody in Raw. Now the back. Well,
I think just throw Rhea.
You could do Rhea. Yeah, you're right.
I would prefer Rhea to go up before Io, because there's a lot of cool matches that I think Io can have in NXT still, even though she kind of faced everybody. But, like, her, I think she can, like, have some really cool matches with her as champion. But it's just like, when the hell does Charlotte lose?
Charlotte is getting her payback for losing all those big matches.
Yeah.
Loomis Hive continues.
Throw it up. Now
he did lose. But
hey, man, in this match with 2 of my favorite wrestlers on NXT, hey, man, I'm happy. Roderick Strong gets a win, and then Dexter Lumis looks amazing at the post match. Man, I'm happy as shit, baby. I love it.
Check that man out.
Yeah, and I tweeted it before we started recording here, but, like, Dexter Lumis wins. I mean loses, right? And then he goes to choke out Roger Strong. Bobby Fish and Adam Cole are kicking at him, but he doesn't let go. He doesn't flinch. He's no-selling all of it, and he's just choking the shit out of Roddy. I thought that was fire, and I think he no-sells way better than The Fiend does.
Yes. Yeah, he does.
Hey, man, I'm glad they're pulling the trigger this hard on Dexter Lumis, because at first it was just like, oh, it's a little weird, but I always thought he was cool when he, like, came out with, like, kind of like the butcher apron.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought that was really cool, but now I'm glad they're all in it now.
How did you feel about Velveteen Dream coming to make the save? Okay, so Adam Cole is going to apparently have a negotiation next week to address Velveteen Dream. Do you think that this is a write-off due to possible transgressions?
I saw Justin bring that up on Twitter, but I'm not sure. I will say, please don't yell at me or yell at the to tell whatever you're listening to this on. But I thought what Dream did to Cole was really cool. But if they do start to write him off, I think this will be a good way to do so. Talk to Regal. Possibly have one more match with like a stipulation of some sort. Adam Cole beats the dog shit out of him, and then Dexter Lumis comes and helps in some shape or form, and then Adam Cole, Lumis and Cole. I feel at this point now that Velveteen is like a transitional opponent. Honestly, every opponent is transitional, but I think they're going to really wrap this shit up for Dream here.
Bro, I'm just wondering what the hell are they going to do with Adam Cole and how are they going to get the title off him? Who's going to beat him?
Well,
Finn and
yeah. Priest got to do their thing.
Yeah, they got to get busy, but I'm like...
I heard what the plans were before, the Dream stuff came out, and it sounded great, but now I just feel like they're going to like course correct in some shape or form, and then I do think Balor's going to take it at some point.
Guess it'd just be a dream at this point.
Yeah.
It's have any memory of that, because it don't look like it's going to
no recollection of DMing people,
Alleged. Well, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, alleged.
We still don't know
whatever the fuck is going on with that investigation. And I know people are just like, WWE has, continued to work with Lawler. Vince did this, and that, but like, still, I'm just gonna say that Velveteen definitely should be reprimanded for anything that that comes out.
Absolutely.
If it comes out to be true.
You gotta cut him.
And honestly, if they don't, or address this or any shape and form, that is always going to be in the back of people's minds, and it's always going to add like bad ill will. And I do think if the Dream gets fired, I don't think anybody's really going to be happy until they get at Lawler as well.
Well, it's not something that you could just be like, all right, we'll wait for people not to think about this, and then we'll just sweep this under a rug. You got to address it. You got to come out and be forthcoming about it. You just can't be like, all right, we'll keep Dream off for a couple weeks. Maybe they'll forget about it, and then just keep. And now you can't do that. Now, something as serious as this.
I like Dream was too much of a star player when the allegations came out, and he's a big player in NXT now, so you can't just sit him at home and make him a jobber like Patrick Clark was, and then act like everything is going to be straight, I don't think just being a jobber again is a big enough punishment for, what he allegedly did.
Yeah. Are we Shotzi Blackheart hot?
Ben. We're Ben that baby.
She find a tank? An actual
Who locked down the tank, man? Who locked down the tank?
I don't know. Especially in these times, she found the tank.
She found a tank to drive. And then just talking about the promo, I thought her line delivery is very like over the top and funny. Like other people might not like that, but it's stuff that I've seen before on her Instagram when she would like do promos for the indie matches that she has. Yeah, like she's very like it's a cool delivery. I don't hate it too much. Like she's not like talking too seriously about it. She's the punk rock girl, and it's cool shit.
She's dope. I think she's next up. I really do.
Yeah. They just have to figure out what the hell they want to do. They're going to do with her, because I don't see her really rising up into the top till Charlotte's gone.
Yeah.
And I don't see that for a lot of women. Honestly, I don't see a lot for these women until Charlotte's gone.
It's a Charlotte logjam. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Karrion Kross and Tommaso Ciampa. I am looking forward to this match the most, probably. Other than like Gargano Lee, they're gonna throw down.
Mm-hmm.
Karrion Kross and Ciampa are gonna kill each other at Takeover in your house.
Mm-hmm. I'm really I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to Keith Lee working with a much smaller opponent. I have said that before, so I won't go too much about that again. Karrion Kross and Ciampa, that should be something. I don't really know what to expect.
We're gonna get Psycho Ciampa. I think we're gonna get him back again. Do you think? Okay, so like, quick question: do you think Mia and Candice is gonna happen on NXT TV or NXT Takeover?
I think it would be. Do takeovers still do pre-show shit?
They might.
Because that's no disrespect to the ladies out there, man, but that's a pre-show match, man. I'm not I did like the Mia Yim match with Charlotte, but I'm not really convinced on Mia Yim, and I'm not really convinced with Candice LeRae either, because all she did was beat the American Ninja woman. Sorry, I forgot her name. Casey Catanzaro. Casey Catanzaro. So these two, like, Mia has a definitive loss, and then she has to bounce back, and then Candice hasn't really beat anybody of note.
Yeah.
So it's just like, what's really like? I can't possibly be excited for this match when no disrespect to Santana Garrett, but like being Santana Garrett is not going to make me be like, oh shit, Mia Yim is like she's really gaining momentum.
I thought Santana Garrett was going to be a little bit bigger thing than she is now. But
yeah.
She ain't.
I mean, after that match with Tanara, that definitely fucked up her stock a bit.
Tanara wants to go to Japan and wrestle, man. She wants to go over to
Hey, man.
Like with Bea and
I don't know what shows she wants to wrestle for in Japan, but do your thing, man.
Maybe Ice Ribbon. Maybe I don't know. Maybe not.
Shit, is Ice Ribbon having shows? Is Wrestle One having shows? Because Stardom ain't having shows. New Japan ain't having shows. You want to go wrestle Amy Sakura in her home promotion? I forgot the name of it. G Move. You want to go in DDT? Like, you can't just say I want to wrestle in Japan. Like, that shit's active right now. Like, you could just go travel internationally.
Matt Riddle and Timothy Thatcher are getting down in a cage match.
Bloodsport. Let's fucking go, baby.
Exactly
We're here.
I thought of you.
We're fucking here.
We're finally getting
no pinfalls. No pinfalls, baby. Knockout or submission. And I need to see somebody get knocked the fuck out.
I mean, it works well because they both have MMA backgrounds.
I'm with it. Dog. Before let's keep it real. I love Bloodsport. I did the Spot Colors episode about it with Ravi, and like this match before the bell even rings, this match is already 7 stars for me.
They gotta have.
I'm with it, man.
I'm not even. It can't be one of those like cage matches like around there. It has to be an actual octagon type cage match. It can't be like blue bars. You could climb.
People say bring back the Lion Den. Yeah. Shit, let's get it cracking.
If you're gonna really sell this as a cage match, like, listen, you guys do UFC stuff. Call up Dana White. You know what I mean? Like, borrow one and just have them go. Well, I mean, Dana White and Matt Riddle hate each other, but.
Well, oh yeah, that too. But Marlon Ronaldo calls Bellator, so we already got some like an MMA commentator going on here. Hey man, this match is already 7 stars. If somebody gets knocked out, it gets bumped up to 12. So that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, you gotta do submissions and you gotta do tap outs and knockouts. You can't do like pinfall. Nah, man. Let's go all the way. If you're gonna do stuff like This is kind of like Brawl for All. But
somebody gotta get knocked the fuck out, man. And my thing is, like, my problem with, like, Bloodsport, with the Josh Barnett's rendition of Bloodsport, is that a lot of dudes go for submissions there. Like, nobody's really aiming for a knockout, versus the first Matt Riddle Bloodsport, where people were, like, beating the shit out of each other. So I need to see a knockout in that.
Final thing before we go. Of course, we got the Cruiserweight tournament. There's a 3-way tie. So it's Drake, Kushida, and Jake Atlas. They will all fight
Interesting.
each other. Yeah, very interesting. I thought that Drake beat Kushida that way. They will all fight in a triple threat to see who goes against El Hijo de Fantasma for the right to get the interim NXT Cruiserweight title. Listen, I pegged Drake to win this whole thing beforehand, just to continue the story of, like, he's fighting for his job, he's fighting for his life. And
I know a lot of people are just like, oh, Kushida should be winning.
Yes, I was one of them.
I will say, like, I just think the story of Drake Maverick thing is really, like, that kind of just overweighs how good, like Kushida's a fantastic wrestler, but that story that Drake Maverick has just, like, kind of, like, triumphs over that, unfortunately, I guess. But, like, Kushida should not just be, relegated to the, like, we could see him go for a North American. We can still see him go for the Cruiserweight Championship because he's just that damn good. This isn't the end for Kushida, so I would just relax.
Kushida versus Johnny Gargano, or Kushida even versus Keith Lee.
Yeah. Honestly, I would prefer that rather than, this Cruiserweight shit.
Yeah, I think that's why, like, think of, like, Kushida's last match in New Japan. He wanted to fight Tanahashi, he got that. You know what I mean? Like, he obviously moved to NXT so he can have more of those matches. So, like, have him go against Dom, even if Dom should be on Raw or SmackDown somewhere.
Yeah, at this point, he's been beaten down to the damn floor.
Have him go against bigger guys.
Mm-hmm.
Don't relegate him. He's more talented to be in just to, like,
no disrespect to the Cruiserweight division. There's a lot of good wrestlers there, but like you said, like, Kushida wanted to face heavyweights in New Japan, and then they wouldn't give it to him, so he left. And I feel like we should give him these bigger guys, like, give him Keith Lee, give him Damian Priest, Roderick Strong, or people that just don't really classify as cruiserweights.
Roderick Strong and Kushida would be match of the year. Okay. It would be, like, think about that. Just the match.
It would be an amazing match.
Like, give it to me. Give that.
Yeah. So it's a pseudo blessing and a curse. Like, oh, Kushida's not a champion, but then again, it's just like I want to see Kushida face bigger guys. Like, if he wins, then we only see him face cruiserweights. Mm-hmm. That stinks. But if he loses, yeah. And then if he loses, we get to see him possibly face bigger guys. And I would prefer him to lose and then face bigger guys.
Let Drake win, man. Let him win.
Just let him win it. Let him get his job back. Fuck it.
Yeah. Let him win.
WWE would be green as shit if he lost. If they don't give him that fairy tale ending, I'm sick.
He loses the 3-way. He's like, well,
It is because it's a very good sob story. Like, this is this is the American Idol shit. Like, everybody's just a singer, and then, like, at the finals, hey man, my mom died, this and that, vote for me. Bro, I lost my job, so let's get it cracking.
They would be like, all right, he loses the triple threat, and they were like, all right, sir, well, we need that locker space, so if you want to, we'll go ahead and clean that out.
Like, just imagine the image of him losing, and he's just he's bawling because he's like fired. Like, come on, man.
No, they'll be like, well, listen, trust me, we totally understand, but we really need that locker. We really need the locker.
Like,
so if you want to get that out, the latest we need it is by the morning. So.
Yeah, if he doesn't win, like, WWE is already, like, fucked up for, like, firing him and then having him continue to work in this shit, and then using his fucking crying Twitter promo in a video package on TV. Like, I think it would be criminal if he lost. I'm just going to throw that out. It's going to be criminal.
I would be mad. I would be mad because, one, I geared myself up for him. Like, all right, Drake is going to win. This is going to be a hell of a comeback story. He's going to, like, oh my God, like, tears. Like, I did it. I fought for my job back. For him to not even get into the finals would be criminal.
Like, that's fucked up to think about. So yeah, man, Drake Maverick got to win this whole thing, man.
And tomorrow we'll probably say something about him getting fired on his day off. Like, it was just like,
a Friday reference. Today was not a good day as he gets fired on his day off. Bro, all right, man.
We got a Morrow Little Richard reference in this episode.
Dog, I heard it and I was just like, huh?
My man, he listen, Morrow's got to get his shit in. He's got
Morrow's like, well, he was getting a lot of Wu-Tang references during the Mia Yim shit, and I was just like, all right, relax, man.
Protect your neck. Yeah, I get it, man. He's just...
This man's insane. I miss Nigel, man. But that's all right. That's NXT, right? Yeah, anything else happen?
No, that's pretty much it. Before we get out of here, is there anything you want to say about Double or Nothing 2?
Double or Nothing 2, I will be live tweeting. Join along.
You know what? I'm also going to live tweet it too.
It's going to be a weird ass show, but we gonna light up to endure.
Yeah, I'm gonna live tweet it. Say your Twitter handle.
H_visibility. It should just pop up as Cyrus. It's a picture of Young Thug in a wheelchair eating Shake Shack. I didn't make it, but yeah, man. I'll be talking about Double or Nothing, man. It's gonna be a weird show.
My Twitter handle is Murjani Rawls, MurjaniRawls. You know what? I'm also gonna fuck it. I'll live tweet it too. As always, you can follow us at RT Radio Live on Twitter, Instagram. Follow us on Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. We got a ton of stuff this week for your quarantine.
Yep.
New Chatting with Nelson. He's talking with Sabrina. That was a really good talk. The final episode where the RSBM boys talk about The Last Dance and the last 2 episodes that just came out. New First Responders. They talk about the Varus battle between Nelly and Ludacris. Hopefully Nelly fixed his Wi-Fi. And they also talk about Future's High Off Life and review that. You got the new episode of the Mount Silver podcast. New episode of It's Challenge. New episode of the RNC Radio with... Oh, you know what? Skip that. We got a new show. Got Ugly Radio.
Yeah, I was waiting for it.
Yeah, we got... Go listen to that new Ugly Radio. This season 2 premiere right there. It's funny as hell.
Okay, I have to check it out. It just came out today. I woke up fairly late today, so I didn't get to listen to it.
Rob is also on the A Show
this week
as well.
And then it's spelt backwards. The Snyder Cut is coming for HBO Max, and we have a new episode of the Black Variant talking about it, which is I've never seen Justice League, so I might check it out. Fuck it.
If you just need some time to kill or some laughs, just watch it.
Like, I've never seen Justice League. Everybody's talking about the Snyder Cut, and it's just like, somebody brought up the question, like, what if the Snyder Cut comes out and the movie still sucks? That's going to be fun. So, I might check it out someday. Spawn Callers will be coming out this weekend, and then there'll be a special talk about Final Fantasy between me and J5 coming probably within the weeks, check in 2 weeks.
The remake?
We're going to be talking about more than just remake.
Oh, nice. Okay. So like the original game and stuff too.
I think that's going to come up in the remake discussion anyway. He's been playing a lot of Final Fantasy 12.
Nice.
We're probably that. I've been playing a lot of 6, which I finished. and then remake. I'm gonna go back and play the original. It's gonna be a nice, fun talk.
Got a new episode of the Lookout Meals talking about My Hero Academia. We also have a new episode of the Big Eyes podcast with Jamal and Meals. News where we talk about Demon Slayer. There's something for everybody. Oh, not to also to mention, Chatted with Nelson also has Rob on that too. It is a Rob on. The month of Rob. Yeah, man. I think a good